module, we'll cover the basics of traffic incident management, or TIM for short. While the huge crash on the interstate gets all of the media attention, there are many more incidents that are no less important. A minor crash on the side of the road or a disabled vehicle blocking a single lane of traffic can present just as much, if not more, danger to you as responders. Now, when we talk about traffic incidents, we mean any man-made or natural disaster that requires action from a responder. We categorize incidents by the estimated time it takes to clear them. Minor incidents can be cleared in less than 30 minutes. Intermediate incidents run 30 to 90 minutes. We use 90 minutes in Florida because DOT and incident responders have agreed to an open roads policy to try to clear all incidents within the first 90 minutes. Major incidents last 90 minutes up to 12 hours, and catastrophic incidents may take 12 hours to several days. This training focuses on minor to intermediate incidents. These are the ones that seem easy to take care of but may cause a greater risk if you let your guard down. If an incident is going to take longer than 90 minutes, the DOT or one of its contractors is usually on the scene with a full-blown maintenance of traffic plan and equipment. Managing any type of incident follows a standard process, starting with detection. Incidents are usually detected by motorists calling 911, law enforcement officers on patrol, road rangers, or traffic management center operators who observe an incident on roadway cameras. The next step is verifying the incident location and details, followed by notifying the proper response agencies. These first steps, detection, verification, and notification, are critical to successful incident management. It's important to give the public accurate, timely information so they can avoid an incident.
We have the Traffic Management Center here on site, and they will call the 511 system and put in bulletins regarding crashes or blocked lanes or whatever it may be. They can also let them know of controlled burns and flooding or whatever is going on at that time, and they can call 511 from their cell phone and they can get up-to-the-minute traffic information.
Then it's time to respond, clear the incident and recover or restore normal traffic flow conditions. Now let's discuss some of the terms we use to describe the incident scene and how it should be set up.
Here's our incident, a two-vehicle crash blocking one lane. The space around the incident where we work is called a Traffic Incident Management Area, or TIMA. Following the flow of traffic, the area before the incident is called upstream, and past the incident is downstream. Upstream starts with the advanced warning area, which includes the shoulder taper and space for warning signs. The second part is the transition area, includes the transition taper for lane closure. Then we get the activity area, which is the buffer, and then the actual incident space or hot zone. Past the incident, we have a downstream buffer space and then a taper to open the lane. The most important thing to remember is to have enough space for responders to park in the proper location. This is critical to our safety. We want to block as many lanes as we need to work safely and efficiently.
But don't block more than is needed to protect the scene so motorists can travel safely around us. The exact amount of space you need depends on the time of day, weather, type of roadway, and conditions.
You also need to consider preserving areas we need for accident investigation and evidence.
If we just had one way to know what we're going to be parking and know where we're going, would always be helpful.
No matter when you arrive, follow this order when parking at a scene. Always park on the same side of the road as the incident. Upstream, closest to the incident, should be the fire engine parked at an angle to protect the scene and guide traffic away from the incident.
The best safety precaution is the placement of the apparatus.
My primary focus is just to get my apparatus in place.
You know, we're there to block. We have the bigger truck. We're there to block the scene.
I need to get my piece of equipment as close as I can to use it at its fullest potential.
Law enforcement should park behind fire rescue, followed by the road ranger or public works vehicle.
Parking at the scene of a crash normally it can turn into a nightmare or it can benefit us.
When I'm first on scene of the traffic crash, it's very important to park your car properly to protect yourself as well as the vehicles and other persons involved in the crash.
Just keeping in mind that we do have the other units coming and making sure that we leave ample amount of room for them.
We want to park in a way there it's going to be safe for us, safe for the people involved in the crash, and safe for the flow of traffic.
The rescue unit or EMS should park downstream closest to the incident.
The first thing I'm going to want to do is make sure that I position my apparatus in the most strategic position possible.
Being closer to the front adds to ease of departure towards the hospital to get there in a timely fashion.
Towing and recovery vehicles should be parked the farthest downstream. Let's go through it one more time. Upstream, fire rescue, law enforcement, road rangers, or public works. Downstream, EMS and towing. Everyone is parked straight except fire rescue, that's parked at an angle to protect the scene and guide traffic. And remember, everyone parks on the same side of the open travel lane. A split scene causes responders to cross the path of traffic and should be avoided.
As the scene evolves, you might need to move your vehicle to make room for more responders, so be flexible. Repositioning our vehicle, if needed, takes place quite frequently, depending on the amount of fire apparatus that respond to the scene, other agencies that respond to the scene to investigate the crash.
Sometimes we do have to move the vehicle so rescue can get in a little closer, especially on smaller 2-lane roadways. If we've got the entire road blocked, we have to move it so they can get in there.
So especially fire and rescue, if they're trying to get up there to tend to the injured, you want to make sure that they have access and that it's easy for them to get to them and not have to walk from a medium distance to get to them. So try to reposition our cars so that they have easy access.
Now, we also need to mention personal vehicles. They're not safe, and for any reason you have to use yours, be sure to park the farthest away from the travel lanes, or better yet, completely off the roadway in a parking lot.
These big engines serve a valuable purpose at the scene of a traffic crash or other incident. Obviously, they carry all of the tools and gear needed to save lives, but they also help warn drivers of an emergency, direct them to available lanes, and ultimately, they can form a protective block for the safety of workers at the scene. Whether you're driving something this big or something much smaller, parking your vehicle at the incident should be done in concert with other responders. Remember, we don't want to affect traffic any more than we have to, and we want to clear the roadway as soon as possible.